Lindsay's on the line in Ontario, Canada. Lindsay, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi, Ken. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure, how can I help?
Basically, I've been a stay-at-home mom for the past 7 or 8 years. My kids are back to school now, so I'm ready to get back to work.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing a lot of reflection on where I think my sweet spot may be,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I am zeroing in on it, but I'm just having trouble trusting that I'm on the right path.
Oh, great. Well, let's do it. Tell me what it is.
So, if you asked me 6 months ago, I was sure that I was going to go into residential real estate.
Mm-hmm.
Now I've kind of had a flip where I'm thinking it would be more design or project management.
Okay, tell me why.
So,
Tell me why you flipped.
well, that's what I'm having a hard time with. I don't know if it's a fear-based thing or if I just kind of really realized maybe there was something better suited for me than real estate.
I think it's fear because that's what you said first. So let's talk about what you're
Right.
afraid of. So let's go back to 6 months from. Let's just go back in a time machine. 6
Yep.
months ago is right now. All right, Lindsay, good to talk to you in Ontario, Canada. I understand that you want to go into residential real estate. Why do you want to go into residential real estate?
So residential real estate interests me because I am very interested in following the housing market. I'm analytical. Every time I've gone through the process of buying or selling a home, I've just loved it.
Mm-hmm.
I love homes. I love going through a home and seeing a vision of what could be.
Oh, that's fun. And so let me ask you this. Do you envision taking families through what could potentially be their forever home and casting vision, not just showing them a home and letting them assess it, but you kind of saying, hey, I'm showing you this home because of this, this, and this based on what you all told me you want. Do you like that idea a little bit more of a involved real estate professional? Is that what you see?
Yeah, I do. And the one hesitation I would have is just taking a client through a turnkey home. I don't think would get me as fired up. I would like to take people through homes that they would envision flipping or renovating, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, how would
So-
you avoid that? So let's just fast forward you into this role full time, and somebody comes to you and says, "Hey, we're looking for a 3-bedroom or a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath because we've got a growing family and we need the next size up." That doesn't fire you up?
Not as much, no.
Yeah. So you're looking to work with people who are looking for the bargain buy that they can make it their own and either flip it or keep it with a lot of equity.
Right, exactly.
Mm-hmm. All right. And so what would be your concern with that? I mean, have you thought through and talked to an agent, somebody who, is successful, and say, how can I carve out a niche? Because this would be niche clients that you would want to sell houses to.
I have. My mom is actually in real estate, so she's been kind of a good ear
Mm-hmm.
to pick at.
What did she say? Because I'm hearing that you would be more focused as a listing agent as opposed to a selling, meaning you want to list those homes that you're interested in selling, not just be open to the general public and have to say no to people because you're not interested in
Right.
showing that type of house. Sounds like that's what I'm hearing.
That's true. I never really considered it from that perspective.
But you need to talk to your mom and a few other people and
Mhm.
say, hey, can I build a solid business and a solid career being a listing agent with these type of homes? This is what I'm intrigued by.
Mhm.
Because I think your fear is based on the fact that you're not sure that you can make enough money selling the kind of houses that you want to sell. Or maybe your fear is a
Right.
combo of that plus, well, I think I might get bored if I'm just selling just any old home to anybody. Just any home, not old home. You kind of like the old homes. But you know what I'm saying? I think it's a combination.
Right. And that's, I think, one thing I was concerned about that. How do you make a living off of such a micro focus, And then the other side of that is I enjoy the process too, right? And then I would worry, would I feel like these people embark off on, renovating this home and then I don't get to have any part in that?
Yeah, so that's the other question I had. How much of this is because you love shows like Fixer Upper and you just can't get enough of watching something go from dilapidated to delightful?
Right. And yeah, I do love that. We've done that to a few homes ourselves.
Well,
And
I think I think your fear is misguided. So what I'm hearing is a lady who's got a clear vision on what she really wants to do. I
mhm,
think you might want to sell the homes that you have a role in fixing up.
right,
That's what I
right.
think. I
And so
go ahead.
is that, I'm working on all fronts. I'm a designer. I manage the project, and then I sell the home.
Yeah, that's what I think. Because see,
Okay,
here's the deal. You've been a stay-at-home mom, so right now, presumably, you all don't need your income. Is that right?
that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So you got a lot of freedom here to tiptoe into this. Now, I work with Dave Ramsey, so you better come up with a business plan that doesn't require you to go into debt to do this.
Right. Yeah, and we are on baby step 3 now, so we're working towards.
Mm-hmm. So I wonder, yeah. I mean, so you're going to have to figure out how you're going to do that. But let me
Mhm.
tell you what I think you start with. I think you get your real estate license and you try to be a niche listing agent, meaning you go find those houses that have a lot of promise and you go to the owner and say, hey, I want to be your listing agent. Here's why I think I'm the best for you. Not only am I going to be your listing agent, I'm willing to do a little bit of design fixer upper if you've got the cash, and I'll lead it. I'll be the project manager, bring my crews in, and we'll fix this thing up and sell this baby.
Okay.
See, that doesn't require any loan. You don't have
Right.
to buy the house. You're getting paid two ways, best I can tell, as the listing
Right.
agent and the project manager / designer. Really, you're a designer. You're going to go, hey, I'm a fixer upper specialist, and oh, by the way, I've got my real estate license. That's what Chip and Joanna Gaines do.
Right.
Chip's got the license, the real estate license. So he's the realtor, and he gets in and does all the other stuff too. She designs it.
Right.
None of that requires you to go into debt, and you have nothing to be afraid of because there's no pressure on you. And you're actually good
Right.
at it and you love it. You're going to make tons of money 3, 4, 5 years from now. And then if you
Well, and that's
start,
the funny thing. My husband and I, like, if you could say, here's, $500,000, what are you going to do with it? That's what we would want to do. We would want to get into that business, but I never thought of it from the perspective of seeking out clients to do that for them initially,
yeah,
building the capital that way.
yeah. You know what this is? This is good old fashioned hustle, knocking on doors, finding some
Right.
neighborhoods, and going, all right, this house has got some potential. It's listed for 80,000. I think I could sell it for 160 as the listing agent, but I got to go talk the owner into making a few of these changes, and I can design it, or lead the creative and the actual execution of it, and show them that if I can raise that price, give me a shot as the listing, because they can fire you if it doesn't work.
Right.
But I think that's what you do, and if you get 2 or 3 of those, you're the listing agent, and that's what you really enjoy. And then as the listing agent, you got other agents out there selling it for you.
Right.
Oh, I think I just came up with a great plan, to be honest with you.
I know. I think that's pretty interesting. I like it. I like the direction.
And here's what's great. You're laughing because there's actually nothing to be afraid of in this scenario, is there?
Yeah, exactly. It takes a lot of pressure off.
Yeah. So let's just fast forward for fun, Lindsay, since the pressure's gone. Let's say you do this for 3, 4 years and you just at some point you're going to pop this thing. It's just going to go to another level financially. Let's say you start doing this and you're selling 20 houses a year. You
Mm-hmm.
start saving that capital because you guys don't need to live on it. Celebrate a little bit every year, right?
Mm-hmm.
But put
Yeah.
that stuff away, and then you go buy your first house and flip it yourself.
Right. And then that's the dream.
Yeah, and I think that you're doing the dream within 10 years or less. How old are you?
I'm 32.
Oh, gosh. 42, living the dream? Are you kidding me? No, she'll be 42. She's 32 now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah. So, the point is that you can be where most people dream of being, completely independent, doing work you love, setting your own schedule, having the time of your life, having dream vacations, and retire a millionaire many times over.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Lindsay, what are you waiting on?
I agree. It sounds beautiful.
Go for it. I love it. Lindsay's off and running. Folks, that was fun. That was really fun because fear, I want to say this again. I can't say this enough. I had somebody ask me the other day, I was a guest on somebody else's podcast, and they said, what do you feel that you're fighting with your show? Well, like, who's your enemy that you're fighting on behalf of your listeners? And it's fear. Because Lindsay's a great example. She was afraid of a couple things that aren't even real. Fear's real to her. The emotion feels real. Facts are not real on that. We exposed it. There were no facts supporting her fear. And that fear turns into doubt. It always happens this way. I'm going to say it over and over again. For those of you that are in a place of fear, will you just give this a chance? Will you expose the fear? Look for the answers behind the questions that your fear is asking. So fear is asking questions or creating questions. So go ahead and answer those and then step back and look at them, and you're going to find that they're silly or that they're unfounded or that there needs to be a lot more evidence to validate that answer. Because what happens is fear turns into doubt every time. If you let fear stay in your head, it turns into doubt.